Everyone is creative.
A creative life requires
bravery and action,
honesty and hard work.
We're here to support and celebrate.
And encourage you to make the things that you love.
We believe in the power of community.
We believe in giving a damn.
We believe in face-to-face connections.
In learning from others.
In hugs.
And high fives.
We bring together people who are driven by passion and purpose.
Confident they will inspire one another.
And inspire change in neighborhoods and cities around the world.
Everyone.
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 Everyone is welcome.
Today we're here to talk about creativity through the lens of the global theme, layers. Layers was chosen by our Lausanne chapter in Switzerland. Lausanne, that is not a city I've ever heard of, and I've been to Switzerland. It was illustrated by a Swiss artist named Catherine Olivia Pearson. Simplicity provides clarity, but layers give our work a richer complexity and depth. Musicians fuse melodies, harmonies, and rhythms to create more dynamic compositions, while other artists use a juxtaposition of colors, textures, images, or materials for greater visual impact. The creative magic happens when those choices conjure different interpretations and emotions. Because people have layers too, just like a collage is created by overlapping layers of found materials, we pile up experiences that form our beliefs and reactions. The cliche, beauty is only skin deep, means that a pleasant appearance does not guarantee a virtuous character. We are a mess of competing emotions, personality traits. So how we act to the outside world doesn't always reflect how we feel inside. We make polite chit-chat when it takes vulnerable conversations to form meaningful connections. Surface-level pleasantries and superficial decoration have their place, but it is the layers that give life meaning. We must peel them away to discover deeper truths. Which is a really great segue to bring us to Jason. Jason is a multi-layered individual, as you will learn. He's an interdisciplinary artist known for blending painting, movement, and textile artists. You know this, you've read his bio, I won't reread it. Did you know he was born and attended high school in Ghana? He studied classical piano as a kid. He recently worked on his first commercial with his mom this year. Oh, and he and his two younger brothers all have the same middle name because they were all born on Tuesday. It's a Ghana tradition. All the names have different days have specific names. So with that, please welcome the amazing Jason Bempong.
Thank you. Cool. Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, can you hear me? Hello? 1, 2, 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. How's everyone doing? Awesome. It's amazing to see so many lovely faces in this building this morning. Appreciate all of you for coming out. I have to mention this, but I was here for the talk last month, and I was like, I've been invited to speak, so I'm just gonna sit in the back and kind of just observe, right? So I'm sitting in the back. There's one seat right beside me that's open. I see this young man come beside me. He's like, "Oh, is this taken?" I'm like, "Feel free to sit down." We're chilling, and then we just get to conversation, and then turns out he's like, "Oh, I'm opening up the next event," and I'm like, "Oh, that's crazy, that's crazy." And I didn't say anything for a while. I was like asking questions about it, and after he's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Well, I'm multidisciplinary artist, and I'll be here next month." It's like crazy, and the serendipity was insane. And then at some point, Mark comes, he's like, "Have you guys met?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay." So yeah, just one of the many magical things that happens here at Creative Mornings. But yes, so before we begin, I just want to ask a couple questions. How many people enjoy more than one genre of music? Oh, okay. How many people enjoy more than one type of cuisine? Okay. I was like, did anybody not raise their hand? Because It's a lot of good food out there. Okay, so that's just an example of just little things that make us unique and kind of have us stepping outside of our comfort zone sometimes, or trying new things and having an eclectic taste in different ways. But when it comes to layers, I really thought about it, and I feel like for a lot of us through life, we just go through life and maybe we acquire different skills or have different experiences that make us who we are. It's like a tapestry that we form. But when I was given this opportunity and thought about the theme, I was like, it really made me sit and kind of go through the chapters of what I've been through life and what kind of got me to where I am now. So as mentioned, I'm a dancer, I'm a designer, actor, and I don't know, I feel like the list is just gonna keep going as life goes on, but it's like I never really thought about how each thing really added onto each other and kind of fed into each other. So it was really cool to kind of step back and reflect on that and kind of acknowledge that, we are unique. These layers make us unique. It might not be through artistic expression. It might just be through our tastes or our experiences or how we can hold space for different people in different situations. There's so many ways that this can manifest. So I think it's really special to embrace that. It's really dope to embrace that and really cherish that, because I think that makes us all very unique and it helps us to adapt with each other. And so I'm gonna go through a couple slides here as I'm speaking. This is my first time using one of these. It's pretty cool. It's a little bit about me. There's a little bit of music. We're just gonna mute that real quick. So my first love that I guess fell in love with, my first creative expression was drawing. So I remember as a kid, I was like maybe grade one-ish, rummaging through my parents' stuff. I was like bored and nosy. So I found this book. My parents had this bookshelf, and I was going through, and then I found this one black book, pulled it out, and I saw all of these really amazing drawings, still life, vases and just different objects with amazing shading and texture. And I was like, okay, who's the artist in this household? Because I didn't know anybody was doing this. And then, my dad came through and he was like, oh, so you found my book. He's like, you like what you see? Okay, it wasn't really like that. It was more like, so you are going through my things while I'm away. Okay. I was like, wait. I'm like, so you're drawing and not telling nobody. So yeah, apparently these were old drawings that he did, and he just he's like, I don't really do that anymore. I was like, what? These are so good. So he's like, if you want to learn, I'll show you some of the basics. And I was like, please. As a kid, you're obsessed with cartoons. From my generation, Animaniacs, okay, Pinky and the Brain, okay, the all-time classic, the animated Mask, I'm just kidding, no, that was not. The movie was better, but it's just, I was obsessed with cartoons as any kid would be, but when I found out that it was somebody drawing these things and making these images move, I was like, something about it just blew me away. I was just enamored with that world and how that worked. So my dad taught me the basics. He bought me this book, and he was like, every once in a while he'd sit with me to draw, and then I just kind of went with it. He taught me the bootleg way to make tracing paper. Take the paper, dip it in some canola oil, let it dry, and then you kind of place it over the image. So yeah, that's kind of how I learned to draw. Just basically tracing and drawing and watching cartoons and being inspired. So that's one aspect, one layer, if you will. And that took me on a path where I began to, I was able to do murals years later down the road. This was last summer at Base Coast. If any of you have been, highly suggested. It's a vibe. But yeah, I applied for my first larger scale piece at Base Coast, and I got accepted, and I was able to create a piece that people connected with. And I feel like as you dive into these layers, you get to tap into different communities. You get to tap into another world, and yeah, you learn from different experts in in those fields, and then as you add on to different things and move into different fields, you start to have different experiences. So this is an animation that I'd like to do little, like, it's kind of like doodly type vibes. You can see it's harder to put into words, but that's kind of something that I do. I'm just starting to get into it more seriously. As a kid, I wanted to be a cartoonist, but I just focused on the drawing, and that took me into different paths. But I'm coming back into wanting to get into animation, and this is me playing around with some of that. So after dabbling with art and visual art, I started to move into fashion. So this is a time lapse of me creating. I started like painting on. Let me say, I started rewatching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay, I started rewatching that like right after high school, and I was like, "Yo, where are these clothes? Like all the colors and you know what I mean? Like I was like, why don't they make stuff like this anymore?" So that took me down a rabbit hole of like finding different vintage shops and learning the history of different pieces, and so I started collecting. Hoarding was the actual word I should use, but I started collecting pieces, and I started just painting on them, and like I would daydream a lot. I'd just go for walks whenever I was having like a rough day, just look at the clouds, and then I started like painting clouds on everything. Like this is one of my older pieces. But yeah, this is the process of how I would just add fabrics. I'm also of Ghanaian descent, so a lot of fabrics were very colorful, and the stuff that my parents would wear to church and stuff like that were things that I was really like inspired by. So I draw from that, add it to these pieces to give it a new taste, but with a bit of my culture. So just layering it in that aspect, and yeah, it's just me locking myself in a room or in the studio and just going crazy. Hours of work, but it's a labor of love, and I just love tearing clothes apart and putting them back together. These are more examples of what I've done in the past. So these are the clouds that I'm obsessed with, that I'm talking about. That also led into going into fashion shows and tapping into that world and meeting other people who taught me skills of the trade. So again, with these layers is what this journey is what I'm trying to say is, the more you tap into something, like I feel like we all learned how to talk, walk, and read, write, eat ourselves, you know what I mean? So, but why does it stop there? Like, why do we feel like once we've hit a certain level, we just kind of stop? But I feel like there's so much more juice in life to squeeze, and whenever we have a calling, we should follow that, And it's like the learning curve thing. It's like you don't want to look stupid. You don't want to feel like, this is silly, so I'm just going to leave it. Like the number of it might sound like I'm doing a lot, but like the number of things that I haven't done yet, or the things that I've kind of been like, I don't want to look stupid at like starting or learning. I feel like we just have to kind of like toss that to the side and have that childlike imagination and wonder and hope and optimism to keep creating, because that's why we're here. Let's just keep going. So yeah, some more examples of pieces that I've done from recent collections and things like that. And again, some more fashion stuff too. But the overall brand, the brand is called Sleepless Minds, and it's basically geared towards people who have created and made things happen against all odds. And some of that can just be our own self-doubt. Overcoming that is like such a big part of why we don't manifest and like create these ideas that are like sitting in our heads that like we don't bring them to life. So I feel like the brand is in everything I do, I try to create that feeling and inspiration. And with the doubt thing too, it's not easy, you know what I mean? I feel like we all have those moments where, again, we just don't really believe in ourselves, and I've had a lot of those moments too, and I still do to this day. So I just hope to, emit this like vibe or feeling, or let you guys know that like we're all in this together. We're all trying to figure it out as we might be feeling, and the world is constantly changing, and we're just trying to adapt. But I feel like it's creativity and art and just genuine connection that keeps us going and helps us, feel human in crazy times. So, yeah, some more examples of these. Another thing I'll say too is, oh, by the way, this is, I guess I'll get back to the story is, so with the fashion thing, it sort of led into dance, which I'll be, towards the end, I'll do a little demonstration of music and dance and how those meld together, the different layers that you'll hear a producer put into a song and how that is expressed as one cohesive piece. But like, one thing I love about dance is being able to pull those different strings that a producer will put into a piece and be able to move to that and express it visually. So at the last fashion show that I showed on the last slide, me and my friend got asked to perform. So we're pulling double duty, getting the models ready and everything, getting them on the runway, and then like running back, doing a little like rehearsal, like, doing, okay, you good? Good, cool. And then we like go on the stage and then perform. So yeah, it just feels like it just like keeps going. Things stay fresh. I also had an amazing opportunity to design the inaugural Black History Month jersey for the Vancouver Canucks. So thank you. Thank you. It was an incredible experience, a monumental moment for myself and my family. As you can see with the colors here, I was able to infuse colors from my culture, colors from the flag. I'm Ghanaian, so I had to represent on that one. I had to. So yeah, that was a really amazing experience. And again, you never know where it's gonna take you. You never know where these sparks of inspiration are gonna lead to. So it's like, why not just follow it and see what happens? Let's see what else we got here. Oh yes, okay, so this is a little commercial that I ended up doing. So another intersection, I know it seems random, it's like what, but let me explain. So my little brother, he started acting. He heard this ad on the radio for an acting academy. He's like, Mom, Dad, please. And they're like, okay, cool, we'll let you do it. So they had a little showcase. At the end of the showcase, they had different agents come through and they kind of like see the young talent and like if they want to sign somebody, they'll sign somebody. So yeah, it's ridiculous. So I'm at the thing just supporting my brother, but there's music playing at the end. It's a little mixer, and me and my friend were just, breaking it down in the corner or whatever. And then my agent's like, like, I think we can work with you. So I was like, hey, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I started auditioning for commercials. So many cringeworthy auditions in my past. I'm not even gonna lie. There's too many to count, but early on, I ended up booking one. I got lucky, and that gave me just enough hope to be like, okay, like I think I'm onto something. So that was about a decade ago, and since then I've just been working at it, and a lot of rejection. But this is a Lululemon ad that we ended up shooting over 3 days in Vancouver. They closed off waterfront in Cole Harbor. I'm out here running in my boxers, like. It was crazy. And they had Wayne Gretzky and some other athletes in it, and I was like, this is insane. Like, I'm just constantly seeing where this thing is taking me. So I say all that to say is like, you never know where these sparks of inspiration are gonna take you. It might feel silly at first, but you have to know deep down that if you love it enough, that's enough to keep you going, and you just keep pulling that thread and adding it to the tapestry that is you, and I think that's a beautiful thing. So I'm gonna go into a little demonstration of some dance here, because that's my favorite part. Okay, let me just set that up a little quick. Let me do a little sound check, make sure. Oh, I forgot I muted it. One sec. Okay, so I'm gonna start with some music. No vocals on this one, just instrumentation. But I just want you guys to kind of listen to what's going on here, and I'll try to demonstrate it. I might even get you guys involved in it a little bit. So, yes. Okay. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. I'm just gonna let it play for a little bit first, just a couple seconds here. Can we go a little bit louder? Is that possible? Okay. 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 So that's a little gist. I'm gonna run it back and kind of show you guys what's going on in the music here. So. So there's a lot going on, but if you just break it down to, thank you. So as you can hear, yeah, thank you. So have this airy sound. Okay, so that's one example. That's one example. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Here's something with vocals and music, just to kind of show how we can play with the two. Actually, we're gonna change it up a little bit. We're just gonna go with the vocals, just vocals. This is Whitney Houston. Okay, classic Whitney. This is a song for you she did in 1991, and yeah, it's just amazing vocals. But there's so much in there that you can play with. So. This song for you. Vocals. Okay, so I think I got time for one more where it's a mixture of the two. So, oh, so good. So one thing I want to try is just this beginning part right here. So if we can all go like this. Good. Yup. 6, 8, and yup. 7, 8, and there you go. Yeah. So if I'm dancing, I can always come back. Oh, there you go. One last one. Nice, nice. All right, give yourself a hand, give yourself a hand, give yourself a hand. So, that's just a little something that I love to do. I also teach workshops as well as perform, but the teaching part is making people comfortable with like movement, and sometimes it can be really silly when you're moving, and that's okay. It kind of gets you out of your body and out of your comfort zone, and then from there we build it up into something with more structure. But my favorite part, like I demonstrated, is playing with those subtle sounds that you might not hear, but like once you like sit and just listen and think about those layers that the people are putting into these works of art, it's beautiful. Like the world is yours. So I just want to thank you guys so much for having me, and it's been an honor. And thank you to Creative Mornings and the rest of the team. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Jason,
Yes.
I have
Hello,
the first
thank you.
question for you.
Okay. Let's.
Sleepless Minds. I'm interested, and I think some of us are, where that name came from. But I'm also interested in your relationship to sleep, which may be part of that story, because I find in my creative career, some of the best solutions have come actually while I have been asleep. So I've had to develop a habit where I have a way that I can wake up and capture something before I forget and go back. Is that part of that story? Can you tell us the story of sleep?
It actually comes from insomnia. I'm not gonna lie. It's
So exactly the opposite.
yeah. Yeah. I guess like in the years after high school, I was just trying to figure it out what I wanted to do, and I'd find myself up all night just drawing, following that inspiration, and eventually I came up with this design, which became our initial logo. And it was somebody like covering their face, but their brain was exposed. It was all colorful. It sounds really gruesome, but it's not. You'll see it on the Instagram, but it just kind of showed how it just felt like it was an embodiment of how you have all these ideas and the face is covered because it's like they're tired, but they have all these rings and wrinkles from these accomplishments, from the creativity that comes. But it's like sometimes it can pull a lot from you and take a lot. So I think that it just kind of came to me, I guess. I don't know, I was inspired to draw it, but that's where it started from. That was like the initial birth of, here we go. Thank you, Vasu, everyone. He's another amazing artist and an amazing friend of mine. But this is the original logo. It might be hard to see from back there, but that's what sparked the whole brand. And then it came from, if you want to create something like this and all the hours that go into it that nobody sees, but then they only see the highlight reel and all the accolades, but they don't see the hours and hours of dedication and overcoming doubt and all that goes into it. So
How is your sleep now?
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Oh,
Thank
boy,
you.
David. Okay, while I'm going back here, I'm going to say we have a member of our team named David Ives. He's an artist, a craftsman, an entrepreneur.
Oh, yes.
A beautiful community member, and he makes every month. Do you want to hold it up, actually, Jason? So he makes beautiful, original wooden designs from recycled, reclaimed wood. And there is this month's, which is a gift for Jason as our appreciation. But this is the artist right here. Thank you.
It's my pleasure and privilege to make them every month. I love it. It's a joy.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Jason. Super inspiring just to hear the courage and freedom that you just diving into all these creative endeavors.
Thank you.
I'm curious, what did you do for money in the meantime? Because I'm assuming they weren't all bringing home the dollars straight away. So how did you juggle the bread and butter, paying the rent, getting food, and pursuing these creative passions?
The number of jobs I've lost because of auditions. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was just trying to make it work, honestly, trying to juggle things. I was into trades for a bit. I was in trades. I was doing a bit of training in like just general labor at one point, HVAC at another point, landscaping, just odd jobs here and there. But like there was definitely a phase where I was like, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to just do this, and it did not go well. It was like I thought I was ready to fly, and I was like, ah! So, so yeah, it was actually funny enough around that time where things were a little tight. That's when I was going on these walks and just like daydreaming and looking up into the clouds being like, what am I gonna do? And then that's where the cloud motif actually came from, was that struggle. But I've just been trying to make it work. But I try to balance it with jobs, and then they'll be like, yeah, that's fine. If you have an audition last minute, that's cool. But it's always last minute. Even if you hear you book something, it's like a day before. So it's been a journey, and I've just been trying to work wherever I could and taking any opportunity I could. So yeah, that's the answer I got for that one.
Yo, Jason.
Yo, how's it going?
So
Good to see
Sophia. So I have a two-part question.
Yes.
How old were you when you just were looking at your dad's drawings?
Oh, I must have been like 6, 7.
6, 7,
seven-ish,
okay.
yeah.
What are 3 things that you think your 6, 7-ish-year-old self would be really proud of, or think, oh, he's so cool? I want to be his friend.
That's a great question. Doing talks like this. Yeah, doing talks like this, Creative Mornings. Up until like I got on stage pretty much, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But yeah, I feel like this is definitely something that like I never would have seen myself doing. Being in commercials and taking that leap and putting myself out there time after time. And maybe where the drawings have taken me. I think I'd be like, whoa, like if that's possible, then I'm really gonna put in the work. So yeah, great question. Thank you.
Hi, Jason. Really enjoyed your chat so far.
Thank you.
With the amount of various threads of creativity that you pursue, how do you choose what to prioritize when you only have so much time?
That's another great question. Sometimes I think me and my group were kind of talking about this. Yeah, it's like it feels like you're watering all these different pots, and then you're like, okay, and then after one's like kind of a little dry, and you got to quickly go here, and then it can get a little chaotic. But at first, it's just I was trying everything: the painting, the acting, the drawing, and like just juggling everything. But now I'm trying to have some structure. I've kind of broken things up into quarters. So throughout the year, I'll be like, okay, the first 3 months, this is what I'm focusing on. And this should lead into feeding into the next group of things and so on and so forth. Still work in progress. I still find myself like leaving a lot of unfinished projects and jumping on to the next thing. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm wanting to approach things moving forward, is just planning ahead. Yeah. Thank you for the question.
Hi, great talk.
Thank you.
Question. Did you already, when you designed the Canucks jersey, did you already walk on the ice with it?
Like after the fact and everything, or?
Yes, when you made the jersey, did you get to walk on the ice?
I didn't get to walk on the ice, no.
Oh.
I didn't. But
can you ask them to do it? This next game? I want you to do it and then do a dance.
I heard you just slid onto the ice.
Yes, that's what I want.
Okay, maybe one or two more. Over here.
Have you thought about dabbling in some new discipline?
Yes.
lately? And what's the thought process behind it?
Yes, I have thought about that. One is writing more music. One thing I've done since a teen is just like freestyle and rapped with friends and stuff like that. Some people have heard it and they're like, you should do it, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's just one of those things where I do feel like with my voice, that's like the last, maybe not the last, but one of the aspects I'm trying to unlock and be more comfortable with. So I hope that I can embrace it more and step more into that. And again, feeling okay with feeling silly for the first little bit and then catching my stride, as all artists do, I guess. But that's one that I'm definitely like, I think I can, if I plan it right, I think I can do it, but we'll see. Thanks for the question.
In the spirit of the last question, I want to say thank you so much, because starting something new is so challenging, and you speaking to that really resonated. And one thing that throughout my entire life I've always said, oh, I wish I'd just done that, is actually dance. And so today was really exciting. And you mentioned that you teach workshops, if I got that right.
Yes, that's correct.
And I wanted to learn a little bit more about that and how to get involved with you that way.
Yeah, so me and my friend Tony, who was in one of the pictures there, we often teach. We've been at different studios, just testing out, feeling the water. Sometimes I get asked to come to a place called Culturally Defined. My friend Chris and Briggs, they run that. They're a great organization. But in the next, I'd say in the spring, summer, we will have like a solid location where we're going to be teaching, most likely the Beaumont Studios, if you guys have heard of the Beaumont Studios. You guys should stop by sometime too. That's also where I have my studio, where I create. But they do have a gallery that converts into a dance studio. So that's where we did a couple test runs, and that's where we're hoping to continue these classes. So again, it would be for a lot of beginners, people who just want to get comfortable in it. And that's where I find the most magic and the most fun. So stay tuned. And you're all welcome to come through.
And so I am reminded of our first coffee meeting ages and ages ago.
Yes.
And the phrase that resonated with me that day was the multi-hyphenate. And so I think that with the multi-hyphenate, the artist, hyphen designer, hyphen dancer, hyphen fashion designer, hyphen actor, that is a multi-hyphenate. I think Vancouver's black future is in good hands at the moment, in these hands right here. Jason Bempong.
Thank you.